Alright, this is the second half of your review. I'm probably going to split it into two videos. Again, just because it's easier to upload, just a reminder that you need to have these equations somewhere on hand, and a reminder that they are interchangeable. Okay, so your test is next Tuesday, May 26th, so have this available for your convenience at that time and for this review. Okay, so we're going to start with a couple more problems on the first page, and then we're going to move on to the next page. Okay, so we're going to start with number 23. So number 23 says log base 6 of 4x plus 12 equals 2. So when it's not the same on both sides, meaning it doesn't have a log base 6 on both sides that you can drop, you have to set it up this way. X equals, y equals, and b equals, just like we know how to do. The x is everything in here, so it's 4x plus 12. The y is the 2, and the b is the 6. So then you rewrite it in the other form, b to the y equals x. So that's 6 to the y, which is 6 squared, equals 4x plus 12. And then you just start solving for the x. So 36 equals 4x plus 12. I'm going to subtract the 12 from both sides. 24 equals 4x. Divide out that 4. So you should get x equals 6, and that's your final and only answer. Okay, and if we plug that back in, if we plug that 6 back in right here to the x, our answer inside of the log is still a positive answer, so we know that that answer works. Okay, because 4 times 6 is 24 plus 12 is going to be 36, so it'll be positive. Okay, the other one we're doing is number 25. We're just rewriting the following as a single logarithm. So as one log, we're going to combine these things. So I'm paying attention to this 7, to this minus sign, to this 5, and to this plus sign. All of those can be condensed in some way. Whenever there's a number in front, it can be condensed into the exponent, so let's just start there. I'm going to rewrite it as log of x to the 7th, because that 7 can go as the exponent, and then I'm just going to leave them separate for now. Minus log of y to the 5th, so I move to the 5, and then I'm going to leave plus log of z. And now I can combine with the minus sign. We can combine it using division, so it's going to become log of x to the 7th over y to the 5th, and then the last thing is added, so it means a multiplication. So log of x to the 7th over y to the 5th times z, and that is as condensed as we can make it. So that's the final answer. All right, the next one is number 3 on the next page. So this one says, solve each equation, which means find the one unknown and solve for its answer and round to 4 decimal places. Whenever you see that, it implies you're going to need your calculator, which means you're probably going to need to take the log of something. So look at number 3, 8 to the y plus 4 equals 15. Whenever you see the unknown, which is the y, in the exponent, you have to get it out of the exponent, which means we're going to take the log of both sides. So I'm going to take the log of this side and the log of this side. Okay, and I'm going to start doing my work on top. So remember, you can take the log of anything and you can plug that into your calculator, because your calculator does log base 10. So whenever you just write the word log, you're implying it's base 10, and you know your calculator can do that. So I have taken the log of both sides, because you've got to do the same thing to both sides. And then as soon as you have this in log form, you know that the exponent can be pulled out to the front. So I'm going to rewrite this as y plus 4, and that's exactly what we want. We want the exponent in front so that now it's not an exponent anymore, and now we can solve for that y. Okay, and sometimes you're going to need to multiply this y out and this 4 out, but not in this case. You would only need to do that if there was like a y over here, like a y minus 2 or something, and you needed all the y's on one side. Then you would need to multiply out both sides and figure it all out, okay? But not in this case. Let's just leave it simple. Let's leave the y plus 4 alone, and let's get rid of this log of 8, because that'll cancel. We'll get log of 8 on this side, and you'll get y plus 4 equals log of 15 over log of 8. And then we're going to subtract this 4, and we're going to subtract this 4. This side over here looks kind of scary, but we know if we have a log of any number, it's just a decimal in the calculator. So we know we have a number over a number minus 4, so we're good. Okay, so all we have left is y equals, and then in your calculator you're going to put the top whatever's on the top in parentheses over whatever's on the bottom in parentheses, and then subtract 4. So you're going to do the division first and then minus 4. And if you plug it into your calculator correctly, you should get 2.6977, and you have to take it to 4 decimal places. So make sure you include all 4 of those decimal places, round up if you need to, and down if you need to. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is 6. We're going to move down here to 6. I don't know how I'm going to have room to do that. 6, what you're solving for, the only unknown, it looks like you might have 2 unknowns, the e and the x, but actually they're not both unknowns. Only the x is an unknown. The e is something you can just plug into your calculator. So I know I have this x in the exponent, which means I need to get it out of the exponent, and in this case the way to get it out of the exponent is to take the natural log, the ln of both sides, so then that e goes away. So all that's left on that side is actually negative 4x, and then on this side is ln of 10. Okay, and that's a different button in your calculator. And then I'm going to take divided by this negative 4, and remember, anytime we divide by a negative, I know this is old rules, but you've got to remember we divided by a negative on this side, so we actually flip that greater than sign to a less than sign. And then if you plug all of this into your calculator exactly like it looks like over here, ln of 10 divided by negative 4, you will get negative 0.5756, and that is your answer. Okay, so to 4 decimal places, x is less than, so you have to do